Yeah, that's me and Vivek Ramaswamy standing in a parking lot outside a famous chicken shack in Columbus, Ohio that you might have heard of. Now you're probably wondering, how did I get myself into this situation? Well, as it turns out, it's a lot easier to catfish Ramaswamy than you might think. The deception starts in April when a high-ranking member of the Patriots Caucus, pretending to be Ohio State head football coach Ryan Day, sent Ramaswamy a text message claiming that he was a big fan of what Ramaswamy was doing for this country, and he invited Ramaswamy to come on the radio show or perhaps speak to the team. Most notably, he signed the text RD. Now, this should have been a red flag for Ramaswamy. Ryan Day does not text individuals. He certainly does not sign his text messages, but the compliment had been paid, and from there, we had him in our pocket. Fast forward to August, I'm on my couch, bored, when I decide to resurrect one of my old alcoholic aliases, Tim Chitters. Now, in his lore, Tim Chitters is a former Ohio State football quarterback who loves drugs, barbecue, and black women, usually in that order. Now, I decided to adopt this alias as an OSU staffer, quote unquote, and I sent a text message to Ramaswamy saying the head football coach would like him to speak to the team, and if he could believe it, a lot of players wanted him to be governor in 2026. Now, this should have been another red flag to Ramaswamy. Football players are generally not known for their opinions on future gubernatorial races, let alone their participants, but the compliment had been paid, and from there, we had Ramaswamy on the hook. From there, it became a matter of setting the time, date, and location. Now, it's not like we could meet at the Ohio State football facilities. We needed a non-discrepant location that was somewhere in the vicinity. And we chose the famous chicken shack that you might have heard about off Olentangy Road, a mere stone's throw from the football facilities. The night before the date, I was a little concerned he was going to make the meet because Ramaswamy, for God only knows what reasons, was in Chicago, pestering pro-Palestinian protesters and buying Trotskyist newspapers for $5. But lo and behold, our brave boy was up at 9 a.m. the next day, texting with who he thought was Ryan Day, asking for ideas on what to speak to the team about. My friend, who shall not be named, gave him some gobbledygook about having your brother's back and stuff, themes of the season. And we knew then we had Ramaswamy coming to meet. There was only one problem. I had laid out to Amanda, the assistant, that space was tight. I didn't want to deal with a bunch of schmoes. So I said we had passes for her and Ramaswamy. But I get a call from a mysterious 917 number about an hour before the meet when I'm already at the chicken shack. And it's a guy named Kevin. He says he's from the security for Ramaswamy's team. He has the whole entourage that they're about to leave. And I say, well, the scheme's already down the tracks. We got to make do. So I get the names of the people. You can see them here. And I say, you know what? Let me talk to the security team. I might be able to work something out. We can get you guys passes. Bring the whole crew. So that's what they did. Then, minutes before the meet, I get a text from Amanda saying her and an intern, nobody said anything about a goddamn intern, we're standing in the parking lot. So I had to go talk these guys down. And out of all the people involved in the scheme, I thought the intern might have seen me on TikTok or something, calling some state legislator a pervert. I just had a bad feeling. I thought he was going to oust me. I'm just some guy on the camera, not even wearing official Ohio State stuff. And lo and behold, we got talking. He was a big fan of Caleb Downs. I'm sorry to the intern. It was his last day, but we made it memorable. And minutes later, Vivek graced us with our presence, rolling in the type of SUV usually reserved for these rich, important people to let you know how rich, important people inside of them are. Now, I'm not going to lie. When the security guy gets out of the car, I'm thinking, am I about to get tased? Or am I about to get punked myself? What's going on? So I didn't know what to do. So I just walked up to him, threw my hand out and said, Tim, nice to meet you. And from there, we got the picture, and that was all I needed at that point to show how easy it was to fool Ramaswamy and his team. I got the picture, and not having anything else to do, we had an impromptu interview right by the logo for the famous chicken shack that you can see here. Here are some of the clips just to see what he was talking about, what you can get an idea of what Ramaswamy would have been talking about had he been able to talk to our famous boys.
And you know what? My parents never imagined that their son would found multi-billion-dollar companies when they came to this country with not a money in their pocket 40 years ago. And yet here we are. So it's the greatest country known to man. That flag up there, it means something, right?
Yes, it does. Now, at this point, I'm like, I got to get out of here. You never know what people will do when they're embarrassed, let alone the types of people that run security for a rich goose like Ramaswamy. So I said, I got to get on my bike. Joe Biden's economy, gas prices are in shambles. We got to pay the players. We're cutting corners at Ohio State. Times are tight. So I got out of there. Now I was supposed to have an associate at the Woody Hayes Center to take photographic evidence of Ramaswamy breaking the news to his entourage that no, he would not be speaking to the local team on this day. But due to circumstances outside of our control, the Patriot was not able to make it this day. So instead, while cackling like a jackal and Ramaswamy frantically calling and texting the number he thought belonged to Ryan Day, I just had to sit him with what's become the calling card of the Patriots Caucus in these situations. Yeah, that's right. That's a picture of Shrek's dang-a-ling, I guess is how you would say in TikTok parlance. Uncensored, of course, but I let Ramaswamy know a thing. He will never be our governor because he's a pump and dump goof who everybody can see coming, except apparently a small cabal of Republican voters.